talk a little bit NFL football. Um, Yesterday's game, Pittsburgh made an amazing comeback. We still praying for Ryan Shazier, who's in the hospital in Pittsburgh. Stay up, bro. Glad to see that you're in good spirits. Eagles win again to go 11-2 on the year after a 37-35 victory over the Los Angeles Rams. Eagles lose Carson Wentz. I think it was in the third quarter, early fourth quarter, I don't remember, but that could be a big blow. You know, something that was looking good for the Philadelphia Eagles. Looked like it was going to be a Super Bowl year for them the way they were looking, and Carson Wentz was having a remarkable season. 33 touchdowns, man. That guy's balling. I like Wentz. We're praying for him too. Hopefully his injury is not too serious. Also today, the Los Angeles Chargers get a big win, to keep their playoff hopes alive, as they mollywopped the Redskins 30-13. Breeland had a pick six, but it really didn't matter for the Washington Redskins, who has just looked dreadful all season. Also, Seahawks lose to Jacksonville 30-24 after a nasty ending. Seahawks still have a chance next week at home against the Rams, and the Rams are coming off a big loss too, so a chance to go up in the division for Seattle. But Seattle's have hopes, but their hopes are slim. They're 8-5. Also, the Atlanta Falcons won on Thursday night to keep their little playoff hopes alive, but I think the Falcons will not win the NFC South. I think that's going to the Saints this year. The Saints have shocked the world. Starting 0-2, everybody was saying it's the same old Saints, but they got a running game. Kamara and Ingram, those two are balling out this year, so I say New Orleans will win that division most definitely. Carolina beat Minnesota today. I think that was 30-24, 31-24. Cam Newton had a big clutch run in the fourth quarter to put his team down in scoring range that would lead to a touchdown after Andrew Sandayo pick that got the Minnesota Vikings up their previous drive when Cam Newton threw a pick to Andrew Sandayo, who ran it into the 10 to tie the score. They would get a field goal out of it, but like I said, Cam Newton would come back victory Superman. The Panthers keep the wild card with their hopes alive. I think I'm forgetting somebody. I think that's it. I went over the playoff scenario. Seattle's loss really hurt them as far as the NFC go. Somebody out here tell me who's going to win that NFC West. I still think Kansas City's going to win this division. I think they're going to go at least 10-6 and 9-7, and they're going to win. I think they will still hold on, but San Diego, we'll see how they have to go, against Los Angeles this week when they play the Chargers on Saturday night in Kansas City. So these games are important for everybody in the AFC West as far as that goes. And also, the Chargers are high flying. Phillip Rivers is hot. So, like I said, they mollywopped the Redskins. Raiders lose another tough game. The Raiders just look dreadful this season. They're 6-7. They take on the Dallas Cowboys next week on Sunday Night Football. Why do they put that game on Sunday night? But I'm definitely taking Dallas to win that game over Oakland. Oakland, they're I'm not sold on them. Them and the Broncos have been the biggest disappointment of this NFL season ever. The biggest disappointment, especially the Denver Broncos, for all the talent that they have on defense. I know everybody's saying, "Oh, Denver doesn't have a quarterback," but you know, still, there's no excuses. I don't know what's going on in Denver and Oakland this season. It's sad, really, to see. The Raiders last year had their chance to be a great AFC contender, maybe even a Super Bowl contender, but that Derek Carr injury last year took a big blow, and then, like I said, they have looked dreadful this year on both sides of the football. Um, Steelers, they won yesterday against Baltimore. Baltimore is a team. I'm a Pats fan. I've been a Pats fan since 2004, and you know the Ravens is a team that always play us tough in the playoffs. So most definitely don't want to see them early, especially if they start getting hot. But Baltimore went 7-6. They looked pretty good last night. Far as the fourth quarter went, they did give up 39 points, so I guess you can't really say that good. But Pittsburgh, they had the number one seed, but we got the Dolphins tonight, so hopefully we go there and get this win in Miami and hopefully knock them out of playoff contention. Uh, Jacksonville is looking pretty damn good this year. They're 9-4, and I'm taking them to win the AFC South. You know, Tennessee, they looked dreadful yesterday. Marcus Mariota, no touchdowns, 2 picks. The Cardinals would beat the Titans, who I had the Titans picked to win, but they got the upset over the Tennessee Titans. The Titans are, I don't know. Hopefully they can get it fixed. They have San Francisco, I think, next week, and they also have to play the Rams, who are looking pretty good this year as well. There's one more team, I think, in the wild card spot in the AFC. The Chiefs, we already went over them. The Reds. But as far as this season is going, it has been a weird season. They say Aaron Rodgers is coming back this week. We'll see how that goes. And that's another team you don't want to see make a run. We saw what they did last season until they ran into a red hot Matt Ryan. But you know that team has showed that they have made runs before and won a Super Bowl that year. We all remember that year. I think that was in 08, 09. I don't remember the season, but you know, Aaron Rodgers has made this run before, especially being a wild card. He has done what he had to do. So if the Packers could get hot, shit, watch out. I don't want to see Green Bay, but Brett Hundley had a big win in Cleveland. He seemed to improve greatly the last 2 games, keeping it close to how the Packers had a chance at this playoff run. So hopefully the pieces fall for Green Bay the way they need them to, because I'm not sold on the Atlanta Falcons. I'm not this year. And the Atlanta Falcons have, I think, 3 division games coming up, so that's going to be rough on them, and they still have to play the Saints again in Week 17 in New Orleans. So, and the Saints have a run game now, and it has taken all the pressure off of Drew Brees. Drew Brees doesn't have to drop back and throw 50 freaking times a game. You know, so, you know, they came up short last week though, but Atlanta, I'm still not sold on them. And if they make the playoffs, it really will be shocking. I know I'm a little off chart. I'm new to this sports thing, but it's almost playoff time. It's almost playoff time, and you know, like I said, hopefully Carson Wentz is okay for Philadelphia, who's looking like a magical year. Philadelphia have been putting on a show for a long time, and for that to happen is a big blow on that organization. And Philly fans were so happy. You know, we got one against them, and we have a lot of Philly fans out here in California too. So, you know, there's a lot of them walking around out here in Cali, you know, shit talking. But now it's, you know, hopefully Nick Foles can take the challenge. You know, maybe he can pull a Colin Kaepernick. Uh, you know, shock the world when Alex Smith went down in the 49ers. Or how I think they made the Super Bowl that year. They didn't win. They lose to Ray Lewis, and that storied retirement way he went out. But like I said, it's going to be sort of like that if Nick Foles can pull a Kaepernick. But huge blow if Carson Wentz is out for the rest of the year. What else do we need to talk? Jacksonville Jaguars fans also got into it, I think, with one of the defensive linemen for the Seahawks. I can't think of his name right now. I'm sorry. When fans go to the game, fans need to act like they have some sense. You know, Jacksonville, I understand they're winning this year, and you guys haven't been to the playoffs since '07. I still remember the year we played. That year we went 16-0, and we played Jacksonville, I think, in the divisional round, and we beat them. The Statue of Liberty play. But, you know, that's besides the fact that was the last time Jacksonville made it. But, you know, I understand the fans are happy and excited about this year. Y'all looking good on defense. Ramsey is playing like a beast. The defense is playing beastie, period. But fans at times can get a little bit rowdy, and to be honest with you, it's just a football game. You know, it's not that serious. There's no need to be throwing things at the games, you know. And we almost had a Ron Artest, another Ron Artest. Remember how that went in basketball when he jumped in the crowd after somebody threw a drink at his ass. That motherfucker's crazy, but